The left hook is one of the most complicated punches in boxing. It's also one of the flashiest. And it's also a big KO punch.
Watch this. Boxing on the edge, on the edge, on the edge.
Welcome back to Boxing on the Edge with me, Henry. Today we're going to talk about the left hook.
Boxing on the edge.
In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the different types of left hooks. I'm going to demonstrate and explain how to throw them and why to throw them. And we're going to go over some common mistakes that beginners make that you can fix today to get your technique up to scratch. Okay, the left hook. Now, before we get started, I just want to thank everybody that's tuned in and watched the video. Plenty more to come. Appreciate the support. Okay, the left hook. A highly debated topic amongst the boxing community with regards to how to throw it and what to throw, and I'm going to get into that briefly. The left hook, essentially, there's two versions, okay? You have one where the palm is facing down, all right? It uses a different set of muscles, actually, which you can't generate as much power scientifically. And the wider hook, which is the one with the thumbs up, so you're going to either end like this or like this. The wider hook uses more muscles from the back and the pecs, but you don't really need to know about that. But you have to find one of these that you can home in on and practice it. Now, the palm facing down hook is a little shorter, typically. And the trajectory is a little different because there's not as much of a loop on it, typically. There are some boxers that can do that, but for the most part you're going to find this a little shorter hook, okay? And the wider hook is a little wider and more looping and typically has a little bit more power because it has more leverage. This is the one that I like to use, and you just have to find which one's best for you and then practice that. All right, the number one question I get asked is how do I get my hand from here to here? The first thing you definitely need to do is have your hand on your chin, and this applies for any punch really, for beginners. Have your hand here at all times when you're punching, because if you're starting your punch from here, you're already punching up, okay, and that's going to be take more effort, and you're compromising your technique before you've even thrown a punch. So have your shoulders relaxed, and I've done a video on the stance. If you don't know how to stand properly, go and check that out and then come back. But chin, hand on chin, relax your shoulders, and then you want to move the hand out to the side a little bit. And everybody has their own version of doing this, so this is what I've been teaching myself and have been taught and have just practiced over and over, so it could be different. But I move my hand out to the side and then loop it round and then bang, okay? It's very simple, but it's not as easy as it looks, especially if you're a beginner. Okay, boom. And then always you want to finish with a right angle, okay? The power travels through your fist here, it goes through the two bones right here, and if you're throwing a punch like that, you're never going to injure your hand. And injuring your hand is common with hooks because the punch might come in like this. I'll show you close up. It might have a slight kink. You're going to hit the wrist like that, and you're going to cause a lot of damage and pain. Same with if you come in like this, it's going to hit the other way. Even if you're slightly off, if you're straight like this, like a perfect right angle, you're never going to injure yourself, hopefully. But that's the good practice. So again, there's a lot more information I'm going to hold back on. I just want to be as concise as possible without bogging you down with too much info. So relax, hand on chin, loop it round, and your left shoulder will finish way further forward than the right shoulder. That should be at the back. Okay, if you're finishing the shots like this, two square on, that's wrong. You want to, if I start here, my my shoulder finishes here, almost like straight, really. My back is facing that way. You don't have to do it that extreme, but it's good practice. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna actually hit the bag now and show you how to punch. The first thing you need to do is just to practice at the right tempo and the right speed. And what I mean by that is, don't try and throw the punch too hard. I know there's an urge to do that, and don't try and throw the punch too fast, because it's going to compromise your technique. Okay, so nice and relaxed, and bear in mind this angle of the camera is a little lower, so when I'm punching here, you really should be punching here to somebody's head. Okay, but this looks like I'm punching the body, so just bear that in mind. So yeah, nice and relaxed, hand on chin, loop it round, boom. That's the wide hook. Okay, mistake number one, we went over it earlier. It's to make sure that your hand is at a right angle when you're punching. For beginners, this is crucial. Okay, whether you're doing thumbs up or the palm down, your hand must be like this for the impact and to prevent your wrist from getting injured. It's a fairly easy fix. Okay, number two, this is punching from the chin. This applies to every punch, really, and I'm going to emphasize this going forward because it really can hinder your technique, and you're going to be fighting against physics, really, if you're punching up in any punch. So from the chin, especially with the left hook, bam. Okay, mistake number three is, when we talked about it earlier, is suffocating your own punch, which basically it doesn't let it breathe. You don't get the swing and the leverage, and it's like this. It's stiff and tight. You want to open it up and get the full power from all the shoulder blade, the pecs, the back, and that's what opening up the punch does. If you're just doing that, it's tightening it up. So those are the three mistakes. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please share it, please like it, and subscribe to the channel if you want. And I will see you on the next episode, which will be the, how to wrap your hand. And stay tuned for the simulation shadow boxing video I've done coming up right now, which shows you the different types of hooks there are and how to throw them. And yeah, all right, I'll see you in the next episode. Be well.
boxing. On the edge. Box. boxing, boxing. Don't